One of the great throbbing wiener columnists of the Los Angeles Times over the years has been David Lazarus. I will say sometimes I enjoy his columns. He runs a consumer watchdog-style column.
Seems like that's what it is, right?
And every once in a while he's got a good column about the atrocities that phone companies commit or cable companies, things like that.
Is he the one with the audio clip we have? You've been a naughty boy.
Yeah, play that, Clay. You got the naughty boy thing so people recognize
Forget what
him.
reference.
Well, you've been a very naughty boy, haven't you?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
There's some secret tape we had of him.
All right, so here's today's, it ran last night and today. Paul Colt had reason to feel smug as he filled the tank of his 2014 Ford Edge SUV at a mobile station on La Cienega. Regular gas was just going for $2.90 a gallon.
Yeah.
Colt told me it cost about $60 to fill up during the summer. Now he can get away with paying closer to $40. I'm feeling great about it, said Colt. It's great to have extra money, especially now. The holidays are the most expensive time of the year.
Now,
That's a good opening.
Now, is there
happy.
anybody who does not agree with Paul Colt? That if you're paying $60 a week for gas, now you're down to $40 a week. That's a good thing, right? Universally. Is there anyone who disagrees with this? Well, the throbbing wiener, David Lazarus, did an entire column how this is not such a good thing. He said, is there a downside to low gas prices? I'm thinking, what do you mean a downside? Energy experts say yes. And here it comes. He went all the way to Maine. Talked to Jonathan Rubin, an energy economist at the University of Maine. Well, there's a plum position. The American consumer is incredibly short-sighted. It's very troubling. He and other academics say that while low gas prices have short-term economic benefits, there can be serious long-term consequences.
And now here comes Chris Knittel, a professor, energy economics at MIT. Low gas prices can undo progress we've made in green technology. People are less likely to adopt more fuel-efficient vehicles, and companies have less incentive to invest in new technologies. Then, of course, Lazarus writes, that's not to say I'm complaining about low gas prices. I know I'm not.
Why did you do the story? Why did you find two crackpot economists 3,000 miles away to try to gin up a reason why it's a bad thing to have low gas prices? This is what's nutty about these energy, environmental, global warming, fanatical cultists. The reason they told us we had to get fuel-efficient vehicles is because we were running out of oil. I mentioned this yesterday. 10 years ago, in 2004, peak oil was all the rage. That we had reached the limit to how much oil we could pump out every year out of the earth. And that we were running out, and every year was going to be less and less and less as our needs became more and more and more, right? Peak oil. Oh, my God, I read like 10,000 articles on this. So the whole point was we're running out of energy. It's going to get more expensive. We have to have fuel-efficient vehicles. Well, it turned out that all those numbskulls were wrong. We have found a huge amount of oil through fracking right here in North America. So it's not only shunted aside to some extent, Saudi Arabia and all the other terrorist countries, it's dragged the price down considerably. There's an oversupply now. There's too much oil and gas.
At the moment.
If there's
but that's going to change again.
Nobody knows that.
Nobody knows when.
No, we don't know that. We don't know that there's not a supply that's going to last us for the next 10,000 years. Nobody knows that. We haven't even started drilling in the Arctic or the Antarctic. I mean, there's
plus fracking could cause an earthquake. We have to be careful.
Yeah, an earthquake in North Dakota. That'll hurt a lot of people. So
Oklahoma's
the thing,
had a lot.
What I'm saying is their whole rationale was we're running out, so you have to use fuel-efficient vehicles. Well, if we're not running out and the price is low and we go back to everyone's driving SUVs, so what? Your premise was false. Your premise was we're running out. Well, we're not. It's not getting more expensive. It's getting less expensive. They're finding more oil. There isn't less oil. There's more. Could you believe 10 years ago there'd be a day? Remember where we were told, oh, you shouldn't drive an SUV. You're just financing terrorism. Remember that? All those lectures? Total horse crap. Big pile of steaming horse crap.
Now, I think the United States is poised to pass Saudi Arabia in oil production.
Yeah. So why isn't that the headline? The headline should be, hallelujah, we have found a huge reservoir of oil here in North America. The prices are dropping faster than anyone has ever seen. We don't have to worry about Saudi Arabia, and they don't have a chokehold on us anymore. And we don't have to worry about financing their terrorism. Why isn't that the headline every day? That means these are great times. We, through our science, our intelligence, our hard work, we found an oil source that people didn't know existed just a few decades ago. And now they not only discovered it, they figured out a way to get the oil out of the ground and how to get it out of the ground cheaply. That is huge.
Well, the article continues to hand-wring. By 2012, the Toyota Prius was the top-selling car in California. But low gas prices in November drove popular hybrids and electric vehicles into the proverbial ditch. Sales fell by double digits for the Prius, the Ford C-Max, the Chevy Volt, and the Honda Civic Hybrid. And at the same time, demand for pickup trucks and SUVs rose by 10%.
Good.
While they're more fuel efficient than in years past, they still drink more fuel than smaller vehicles.
But it doesn't matter because we have more fuel than we know what to do with.
Now.
So it's a good thing.
What about 5 years from now?
What about 5 years from now?
Well, I'm just saying if you go out and you buy one of those big-ass SUVs, and then next summer gas prices are back to when you're $5 a gallon, you're going to be like, uh-oh, why did I do that?
No, you just sell it and you buy a smaller car. What's the big deal?
We might not get anything for it if nobody else wants it.
Well, so what? I just don't get it. You only live life once. If you have a period where you have the money to buy an SUV and the gas prices are cheap, then enjoy yourselves. Get an SUV, load up the family, go on a nice long vacation, drive all over the West.
But don't be whining to me
time.
If gas prices do shoot back up next year.
Then
because that's what people do. And I'm saying, well, you're the one that bought the car. What are you whining?
Well, then they have to sell. That's all. You just move along with life. When you can afford something, you enjoy it. When you can't afford it, you got to ratchet back. That's all life is. It's a series of adjustments. But seriously, did anybody really love driving a Prius?
I never drove one.
I have driven one a couple of
My
times.
parents have one. I can't stand it. There's no how do you say it?
Oh, you're eating.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's most of the Uber cars I've been riding in, though. They're Priuses.
There's no
Uber X
balls on the car.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just feel like you're driving a toy car with no pickup, no big engine.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There's no there.
Yeah.
Ah, she likes that manly feel of extra power.
I like to get on the freeway expeditiously. I don't want to wait around in the slow lane for 100 yards.
That's right. You hit the gas. You want to zoom.
That's what I told you. Remember, you liked my loaner car, but they gave me one that was much smaller horsepower.
Yeah,
and I noticed that right away. I'm like, what the heck?
I can't.
I'm pushing the gas. Nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing. It's no fun. There's no joy to it at all.
And I kind of feel like an a-hole when I'm in it.
Really?
It's just because I have this perceived notion that people feel like they're better than everyone else when they're in a Prius because they got those carpool stickers when they first came out. It's like, I'm better than you. So I have that feeling about it.
They're saving the environment and you're not?
They are. They're holier than thou. They're morally righteous and superior, and they're smug a-holes. That's what they are. They really are.
I don't know if that's true, but that's the way I feel.
That's the way I feel, too. That's the way I feel. Nothing makes me grind my teeth than being stuck behind some Prius that's chugging along because they have no horsepower.
I feel like they cut you off more, too, because they feel like they're better and they're more important and they're doing something to save the world, and I'm not.
That's right. Yeah, we're fouling the world, and they're saving the world. So, the hell with them.
Then why don't you get an SUV hybrid? They're out there.
I've only bought one car in the last 10 years. So.
No, I know. You know nothing. But I know people with SUV hybrids, and they like them. And they're not great on gas, but they're better than...
Are they a-holes?
No, they don't act like they're saving the world because it is an SUV. So when people look at you, they still think you're driving, a guzzler. Not as bad a guzzler.
I don't understand the moral judgment of people. But, well, again, what is it your business how much gas I buy? Why do you care? Do you really believe that if I gave up my SUV and rode a bike like a dork every day, that's going to change the planet? Really, it's going to change the planet? No, it's not going to change the planet because I'm one guy. There's 6 billion of us fouling the planet. I just don't understand these people.
All right, you can call 1-800-520-1534.
John and Ken Show on KFI.